Hi, my good friends. I hope you've all had a brilliant weekend. This week, I'd like to talk about the fear of failure. It's been said, never allow failure to be an option. And it was Frank Roosevelt who said many years ago, even before John Haynes was born, he said, there is nothing to fear but fear itself. The saying now, fear of failure is the greatest obstacle. What's stopping us being successful and happy and moving forward. But note this, when you overcome fear and you have the courage to move out your comfort zone, it makes you more stronger. It makes you more resilient. It makes you more determined. It's just the anticipation of fear that holds people's back. The anticipation paralyzes our mind, our thoughts. It keeps us in our comfort zone. We don't want to run our own business. We can't do this. I don't want promotion. It's the anticipation of failure. But you people have got to overcome failure. It was even T.J. Watson, the founder of IBM, International Business Machines. He said, if you want to be successful, well, just double your failure rate. Just double your failure. He said, success lies at the far side of failure. So come on, dare to go forward. Even self-made millionaires, some people call them gamblers and charlatans, but they're not. These self-made millionaires are risk takers. They take a risk to start a business, start a company, and they're scared, but they overcome failure. They do it anyway, and that's what you should do. You've got to have an attitude. I'm going to be a risk taker. I'm overcome my fears, and I'm going to do it. Now, I'm going to ask you to do something right now. If you're scared of doing something, you've got to make a big decision and you're worried about something and you're fearful, I want you to write this down. Just write down, if I take this risk, if I make this decision, what's the worst possible outcome? And write it down. Then you say, oh, it's not that bad after all. I can do this. I'm still going to be alive. I'm going to be a risk taker. I'm going to overcome my failure. And the famous Edison, I just love this man, his quotes. He said, make a habit of going through your life and doing the things you fear. He said, if you do the things you fear, success is certain. So come on, let's listen to Edison. Just act boldly and unforeseen forces will come to your aid. If you get out your comfort zone and act boldly, unforeseen forces will come to your aid. It was even Cranks. He was the leader of Mission Control. Remember many years ago, and those 3 astronauts were lost going round the moon and the whole world thought they were doomed. And even Mission Control, the engineers, the scientists, the computer analysts, they were saying, we can't get them back, they're finished. And he got them all together and he said, now listen to me. Failure is not an option round there. Failure is not an option. And 2 days later, with those words of wisdom, they brought those 3 astronauts back to Earth. And that's what you've got to do in your life. Failure is not an option. In my business, in my life, in my family, failure is not an option. So come on, everybody. Failure is not an option. And my last bit of homework for you, I want you to write down 3 things that you're scared about, you're fearful about. Write them down and just say, I'm going to take action. I'm going to do this, because there's nothing to fear but fear itself. Unforeseen forces will come to your aid. It'll make you stronger, more resilient if you just take action. So come on. Failure is not an option.